Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha taruvasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. I beg forgiveness for not being able to present morning 6:30, but I thought this will not miss the class. Hare Krishna. If all devotees switch on their video, it will be so nice. Why there is echo? Hare Krishna. So where we were? Anyone can help me remember where we were, what we were discussing? Okay, there is some sound coming from somewhere. Karan Prabhu, you mute yourself.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Yes.
We have discussed between the Vidura and Dhruva's differences, the same situation they had and their reactions and response. That is the one thing we have discussed last time.
Okay. So this is one thing we had discussed last time about how the difference between Vidura and Dhruva. Yeah, anything else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Yeah.
When we studied Prabhuji 4.10.1 that Uttanapad was also met, his mind was weak but his heart was very strong, and then he took the first opportunity that he didn't wait for Dhruva Maharaj to get married, and then he's continued journey for spiritual realization.
Okay, yeah. So we discussed about how Uttanapad was extremely eager and feeling the urgency that spirituality is so important, and what he did.
Prabhuji, he left his kingdom even before his son got married. So at very early age.
He left his kingdom before his son got married. Yeah, so that's it. Yes. Anything else?
And we also compared the about Dhruva Maharaj and Vidura.
Yeah. So Dhruva Maharaj.
How they both got humiliated and how they used that position, that situation. Means how Vidura used it for spirituality, and how Dhruva Maharaj was wanting material benefits out of it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, you told in the last class that how Vidura was the best devotee, the first level of devotee, and then Dhruva the second level, and demigods third level, and we are like most fallen one, the last level.
Okay, so describe ourselves. So what are our descriptions?
if we get an opportunity to get peace and everything from somewhere else, we will immediately grab that opportunity. Whereas demigods, in any way, they are surrendered to Lord only, for material things only, but they are surrendered to Lord.
Yeah, so we were discussing about how, if let's say we are, first of all, our practice of Krishna consciousness is mostly based on getting some material relief, getting some material peace, happiness, or something, so that all the material things are okay. And in case there is some promise of somewhere else, something else awards me material things, so immediately we will grab it. So that's what Mataji is telling. Yeah, this is one thing we discussed elaborately. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, so today we will discuss about the further part of the story. So this entire chapter, the next chapter, I don't know what is the chapter. I think this is chapter next, I think 10th chapter. So the next chapter speaks about Dhruva Maharaj getting married. We can understand actually how marriage is so important, that even Dhruva, who met the Lord, he gets married on the instruction of the Lord, and he marries two wives. One is the daughter of Vayudev, and another is daughter of a Prajapati, Sisumar. So Dhruva Maharaj gets two sons from one wife, and one son and one daughter from another wife. So in this way, Dhruva Maharaj became the king of the entire Bhumandala. And one day, his younger brother, or not younger brother, older brother, there is no mention whether it is younger or older, or maybe they're equals. His name was Uttam. He went on for a hunting excursion, and he was still unmarried. He was not married. That shows that mostly he is younger brother. So while he went, there was one yaksha. Who are these yakshas? Yakshas are basically ghosts. They are assistants of Kubera. So Kubera is the treasurer, the banker of the demigods. And Kuber has lot of wealth. So when you have lot of wealth, you require a lot of security, right? And to get security, very difficult. And the main thing that the security has to have is others should fear him. Yes? You can have a AK-47 gun with the security, and the security is fearful. But if you have the ghost only, the security, everyone fears ghost, right? Even the greatest of all people will fear the ghost, because they are very illusory, they have a lot of subtle powers. So Kuber is the treasurer, and he keeps the yakshas as the security people to manage the wealth, so that it doesn't get attacked by the demons and they're stolen by the demons and like that. And the ghosts, they have their city created by Kuber, that is called Alakapuri. So one of the yaksha, he actually murdered Uttama. So when he killed Uttama, so Dhruva Maharaj gets the message. Dhruva Maharaj's stepmother Suruchi gets the message, and when Suruchi gets the message, Suruchi actually follows, like out of lot of distress. She follows the forest path, and she also gets lost in the forest, and she also passes away. So both Uttama and Suruchi are killed, and then Dhruva Maharaj feels very, very angry that his mother is killed, his younger brother is Uttama is killed, and Dhruva Maharaj rages a war against the yakshas. He goes to Alakapuri, and he blows his conch shell. And just by the power of blowing the conch shell, all the residents of all the ghosts their hearts gets reverberated, shattered with fear of death. And all the yakshas, they come with weapons, arrows and everything. And there were 130,000 yaksha soldiers. And Dhruva was one, single. And then there is the most wonderful war mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Dhruva Maharaj, when he saw, he started actually sending three weapons, three arrows from for each soldier. So Hare Krishna. Please mute. So he started sending three weapons for every arrow, for every soldier. And there's a big war, and all the yakshas, they start getting defeated. So many yakshas are killed, their limbs were shattered, and the entire Alakapuri is filled with limbs of the shattered yakshas. And it is very much decorated, and then they started fleeing away. And when Dhruva Maharaj saw that all they were fleeing, then there was complete numb. And at that moment, the yakshas, who are very, very powerful in creating illusion, they start creating such illusion in front of Dhruva. Dhruva sees as if the entire ocean is coming in front of him. Dhruva sees that there are so many beings coming and throwing blood, pus, mucus. There are rains of all those things. And Dhruva is completely covered by the all different illusions created by Yaksha. And Dhruva, who is the greatest devotee of the Lord, he lifts up his arrow and bow, not understanding what to do now. Hare Krishna. So, seeing that Dhruva Maharaj is not visible at all, he is completely covered over by the illusions of the Yakshas, and he is not understanding what to do. The sages who are watching the war or battle, the sages come together, and the Munis, and we will recite the verses today. This is actually the verse number 30. So what is this chapter name? Just let me see. 10th chapter. Fourth canto, 10th chapter, verse number 30. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Munayo Uchu. Autana Pada Bhagavam Stava Sanga Dhanva. Deva Kshinotyavanatarti Haro Vipakshan. Yannamadheyam abhidhayani samya chadha. Lokonjasha tarati dustaramanga mrityum. Yeah, anyone else? Munoyo uchu. Autana pada bhagavam stava sanga dhanva. Deva kshinotyavanatarti haro vipakshan. Yannamadheyam abhidhaya nisamya chadha. Lokonjasha tarati dustaramanga mrityum. Yeah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Translation. All the sages said, Dear Dhruva, O son of King Uttanapad, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Sarangadhanva, who relieves the distresses of his devotees, kill all your threatening enemies. The holy name of the Lord is as powerful as the Lord himself. Therefore, simply by chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, many men can be fully protected from fierce death without difficulty. Thus, a devotee is saved. Purport. The great rishis approached Dhruva Maharaj at a time when his mind was very perplexed due to the magical feats exhibited by the yakshas. A devotee is always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By his inspiration only, the sages come to encourage Dhruva Maharaj and assure him that there was no danger because he was a soul fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord. By the grace of the Lord, if a devotee at the time of death can simply chant his holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Simply by chanting this Mahamantra, he immediately surpasses the great ocean of material sky and enters the spiritual sky. He never has to come back for repetition of birth and death. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can surpass the ocean of death. So Dhruva Maharaj was certainly able to surpass the illusory magical feats of yakshas, which for the time being disturbed his mind. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Dhruva Maharaj's Fight with the Yakshas. So we will take this verse elaborately today. So we see here that how the sages are coming to encourage Dhruva Maharaj. So there are few lessons that we will be seeing from this section, which is elaborately being commented by many of our acharyas. So the first lesson we need to learn is that how powerful is the material energy. Here is Dhruva Maharaj, who has seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face, and his mind is getting disturbed. And when our devotees, all of us, when we chant Hare Krishna and when we do perform devotional service, when our mind gets disturbed, we start questioning, is the process working or not? Yes? Prabhuji, I think bhakti is not working with me. It's not about bhakti working or not working. It's about the power of material energy. The power of material energy it's so intense. We need to understand when Brahma is describing the universe in Brahma Samhita, he doesn't say material world as material world. Haridhamesu tesi tesu maya dham. Brahma says this material world, defines this material world as maya dham. Just like there is city of yakshas, the entire material world is actually called maya dham. It is the abode of illusion. And being in this abode of illusion, it's but natural that our mind will get perplexed. Dhruva Maharaj, he saw the Supreme Lord and he's such a great devotee of the Lord, but his mind got overpowered by illusion. So we must understand that how powerful, how dangerous, how titillating, how irresistible is material energy. Now, why should we understand this fact? Isopanishad says, Vidyam cha avidyam cha. We understand the fact that how material energy is irresistible, how it is so. Yes, all of you understand how it is irresistible. You can't deny it. And it is there. You know it is there. And you are helplessly getting affected by the material energy. So material energy is very, very powerful, extremely powerful. We see in the story of in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is traveling to South India along with Kala Krishna Das, one of his associates, and in Kerala, near Kerala, when Lord Chaitanya arrives in Kerala, there is a group of Bhattaharis or nomads, or these are like businessmen. And what is their business? They have their own startup business, and their startup is they have collected some ladies. The ladies will be there in the front, and then they will meet some people. They will send the ladies first to attract the people to their camp, and then the ladies will take these people to the camp. And while the ladies, they give some false promises of enjoyment and everything and all those things, and try to seduce the men. And then there will be thieves who will steal all their belongings, and then they will mercilessly murder them and throw them, and then they will go to the next outpost. So these were the work of the Bhattaharis. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going through South India, his assistant, he is with the Lord, his name was Kala Krishna Das. And this Kala Krishna Das, morning when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up, he found that his assistant is missing. And Lord Chaitanya started searching, where is he? And then he understood that he has gone with the Bhattahari woman. And Lord Chaitanya went, and then this Kala Krishna Das is inside the camp with the woman. And Lord Chaitanya, when he reached the camp, all the men, those are dacoits, they came and said, why you have come? And these Bhattaharis will dress like sannyasi only. Then Lord Chaitanya said to Bhattaharis, Are you are sannyasi, I am sannyasi. Both are bhai, both are brothers only. So why do you take my assistant? You have already assistants. You have male assistants, female assistants. I have only one assistant. Why do you take it? And when Lord Chaitanya said like this, the Bhattaharis started attacking Lord Chaitanya with their weapons and all. And then Lord Chaitanya, through his power, he ensured that the weapons which are coming towards Lord Chaitanya got transformed and started hitting the Bhattaharis. And all their limbs started getting cut, and there was roaring sound. And then Lord Chaitanya went inside where Kala Krishna Das was there with the woman. Lord Chaitanya caught the sikha of Kala Krishna Das. He put Kala Krishna Das on his shoulder and dragged him and came out of the camp and ran. This is the situation of sannyasis in Kali Yuga if you don't get the right assistant. But we can understand how dangerous is material energy. Here we see about Dhruva, but Kala Krishna Das is with the Supreme Lord and he is getting affected. His mind is getting affected. So we need to understand that the reality is we are so vulnerable. Our mind is very vulnerable to the illusory descriptions of the material energy. And when we understand that, we will become very, very careful. So, the first lesson is how powerful is material energy, how powerful is the illusion. But the more important lesson is how merciful are the devotees. Now, if Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would behave as Lord, he would immediately leave this assistant and go away. But because Lord Chaitanya was behaving in the mood of a devotee, he went and rescued Kala Krishna Das. So we see that though the material energy is powerful, though the material energy is extremely powerful, the devotees of the Lord are more powerful than the material energy, or the association of devotees of the Lord is much more powerful than the material energy. So devotees are merciful and powerful. Illusion or Maya is powerful and merciless. But devotees are also equally powerful, but they are merciful. So now you decide whether to surrender to material energy or to surrender to devotees. Both are powerful. The association of devotees is very, very powerful. The association of Guru, the association of Vaishnavas, extremely powerful. And the illusion of material energy is also extremely powerful. Both are powerful. But material energy is merciless. Merciless in slaughtering the living entity and giving so much of pain. And the devotees are merciful. So the intelligent person does not surrender to material energy. Those who are intelligent, Nirvidyate natujano yadapiti vidwan kama nalam madhulabhe samayandurape. So Prahlad Maharaj says, Nirvidyate natujano yadapiti vidwan. Those who are intelligent, they will never get involved with the material energy, understanding that material energy is extremely powerful and extremely merciless. And they surrender to the Vaishnavas. So here we see an example of spiritual community. So this is the first concept we will be discussing today. All of us, I think all of you are quite aware about the danger of the material energy, so we will not discuss that elaborately, but we will discuss on this aspect, that how powerful is spiritual community. We need to understand that though material energy is powerful, but if we have a spiritual community of Vaishnavas who are all of us connected together, then no material energy can actually affect us. Or even if we get affected, there are other devotees who can help us. So here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning how these devotees are sent by Krishna. So we should also understand that the devotees are actually sent by Krishna in our life to tell us. So what is the first thing the devotees tell us? Prabhu, Mataji, you are in Maya. So the Munaya, Uchu, the first thing the Munis, they said to Dhruva, Dhruva, don't get overpowered by illusion. So we should have some devotees in our life whom we give permission to tell us that we are in Maya whenever we are in Maya. But if we have no one in our life, then we may get thoroughly attacked by material energy and devotees will be speechless spectator. You understand how I think? Ho raha hai kuch to. And in the course of last almost 18, 19 years, 20 years of my devotional service in ISKCON, I have seen so many devotees getting affected by the material energy. And the reason they were affected by the material energy is not that because material energy, they got affected, is that they didn't pay attention to the advices that were given to them. There was sufficient advice given. Fall down is not an overnight process. Fall down is a gradual development. It's a gradual process. Just like a person gradually comes to Krishna consciousness, gradually material energy also, after becoming devotee, sometimes creeps in our life. So many people I have seen, observed, so many advices devotees give for the betterment of others, And here we see that the Munis have not seen the Supreme Lord, correct? Dhruva Maharaj has seen the Supreme Lord. And the Munis are giving advice to Dhruva. Oh Dhruva, you saw the Supreme Lord. Don't get overpowered by illusion. You are in Maya. So, this principle of having someone in our life who can actually honestly tell us, Mataji, you are in Maya. Prabhu, I think you are in Maya, is very, very important. That will help us to not get overpowered by Maya. We will see ultimately that Dhruva Maharaj is becoming successful. He overcomes the effect of the illusion created by the yakshas. Why? Because he pays attention to the advices of the Vaishnavas. So we should never think that we have become so great. So in the beginning of our Krishna consciousness, we are generally very humble. Oh, yes. Prabhuji, Mataji, Prabhuji jo bolenge wahi karenge. But as we go ahead in Krishna consciousness, the first material energy plays in our life by first sending you are now a great devotee. And then you get convinced, oh, I am a great devotee. I saw Vishnu. And Dhruva, oh, I saw Vishnu. I'm a great devotee. Or material energy, the one way is that material energy will tell you that you are a great devotee. You do not have to hear any other devotee's advices now. Or the second thing material energy will do to us is tell these devotees are impractical. Their advices are impractical. So this is the two ways how material energy comes in our life. That material energy is going to tell us that you have become so great that you are not going to get affected by material energy, or these devotees, their association is not so important. So these are the two dangers. And Dhruva, definitely it is the generosity of the devotees that they are coming to help Dhruva, but devotees will anyway come for all of us also. But it is Dhruva's greatness, it's Dhruva's humility that he didn't reject the advice of the great sages. So we must understand that it's not that only for Dhruva the devotees will come. Krishna will send devotees to us also. I have seen in my life how many devotees I personally have said ki, Prabhu, you going to get affected by the material energy. Be careful. Don't reduce your chanting of Hare Krishna. Chant nicely. Take association of devotees. Come and chant with me. They will not follow. And because they didn't follow, they are not there in Krishna consciousness. So devotees are merciful. They will be merciful to all of us. They will not just be merciful to Dhruva because Dhruva is a great king. And if we go and be merciful to Dhruva, then our name will come in Bhagavatam. It's not that the devotees will only be merciful to Dhruva. Devotees are merciful to everyone. Vancha kalpataru vyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. But our attitude to devotees will determine how much we will take the benefit of their association. Guru is merciful to everyone. But our attitude to Guru will determine how much I will benefit the association of Guru. How much I will take strength in his association. The words of Guru, the words of the Vaishnavas, the association of Vaishnavas is very, very powerful, very, very powerful. But based on our attitude, how much we want to really take their help. If we don't want to take their help, then who can help us? Yes? Able to understand what I am speaking? If we don't want to take the help of devotees, if we think I can do it alone, no one can do it alone. Even Dhruva was not able to do it alone. So to think that I can do it alone is the greatest illusion. So we need to understand that devotees are merciful to us. Devotees will help us. Devotees are already helping us by giving us advices, suggestions. But it is up to us how sincerely we take their advice, how sincerely we follow them, report back to them. Then we will be delivered. So the first thing that we discussed is that material energy is so powerful that even a person like Dhruva can get affected. So what to speak of us who are so surrendered among so many materialistic people? How much we can get affected if Dhruva can get affected? So the first principle is all of us are vulnerable to illusion. But it is not a pessimistic idea, but it is a realistic idea with solution that though we are vulnerable to illusion, the association of devotees is much more powerful than illusion. And it is also merciful. This is second principle. The first principle is illusion is extremely titillating, irresistible. Anyone can get affected. Even Dhruva. What to speak of us? We are though definitely going to get affected. The second principle is the association of devotees. The spiritual community is our only hope. It is much more powerful and merciful. And the third principle is, which is very important, is our attitude towards the spiritual community will determine how much help, spiritual help we are going to get from the spiritual community. Guru may be there, the Vaishnavas may be there, but if we do not take their help, if we do not consult them and take guidance from them, if we take our decisions whimsically in life, then we are going to get affected. Who can save us? So spiritual community, the spiritual master creates a spiritual community for our betterment, to help us remain spiritually secure. And our attitude to the devotees, our attitude to Guru, and our attitude of submissiveness, that if I hear my mind, I'm going to get affected. And our mind is going to say so many things. In this connection here, it's not that Dhruva Maharaj doesn't have a weapon. The Munis are not giving the weapon to Dhruva Maharaj. The Munis are encouraging Dhruva Maharaj to use the weapon. If you see the next verse, we will recite. Maitreya Vacha Nisamya gadatam Rishinam dhanusi dhruva Sandadhe stram upasprashya Yannarayana nirmitam. Sri Maitreya said, "My dear Bridura, when Dhruva Maharaj heard the encouraging words of the great sages, he performed the Achman by touching water and then took up his arrow made by Lord Narayan and fixed it upon his bow." Purport: Dhruva Maharaj was given a specific arrow made by Lord Narayan himself, and he now fixed it upon his bow to finish the illusory atmosphere created by the Yakshas. As it is stated in Bhagavad Gita, Mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Without Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no one is able to overcome the action of illusory energy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also given us a nice weapon for this age, as stated in Bhagavatam, Sango Pangastra. In this age, the Narayan Yastra, or the weapon to drive away Maya, is the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra in pursuance of the associates of Lord Chaitanya, such as Advait Prabhu, Nityananda, Gadadhar, and Srivas. So, this is a very, very important verse. And the hidden meaning or hidden lesson from this verse is that it's not that the sages came and gave Narayan Yastra to Dhruva. Is it like that? Dhruva already had the Narayan Yastra and he was not using it. So, it's not that the devotees are going to come. Sometimes, I have heard it again and again, some devotee will say, "Arey, you go and take some guidance from Prabhuji." And this devotee will say, "Arey, Prabhuji is only going to say the same thing, chant Hare Krishna. So why I am going to go to Prabhuji? He has no other solution only, just chant Hare Krishna only." So we need to understand, if you do not take shelter of Vaishnavas, you will not be able to chant Hare Krishna. No one can chant Hare Krishna in the age of Kali without taking shelter of Vaishnavas, without taking shelter of Guru. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm just chanting 16 rounds," and they are not taking any association of devotees. They are not hearing any class. They are not connected with any devotee. "Oh, I chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds." Simply illusion, farce. No one can chant 16 rounds without being in active association of Vaishnavas. We may understand chanting 16 rounds is important. We may understand chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is important, but we will not be able to chant until unless we take association of devotees and we understand that we need association of devotees to continue chanting sincerely. Dhruva Maharaj had the Narayana Astra, but he was not able to use it. That is what is illusion. You have the power to come out of the illusion, but you are helplessly thinking, "Ab kya karoon? What do I do now? The Yakshas have overpowered me." So we need to understand this principle, that the Vaishnavas are not going to give us some magic. Vaishnavas are going to tell us to use the Astra. And without Vaishnava's Sangha, without the instructions of Guru, we will never get strength to use the Astra, which we already have. This Astra, this weapon to counteract material energy, is an open Astra. Everyone knows that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the Yuga mantra, yes? But everyone gets affected by material energy. How? If we know that the Hare Krishna mantra, by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, we can get rid of material energy, how then the so many people, even devotees, after coming to Krishna consciousness, after some time, then they will tell Tata, bye bye, ho gaya, bahut samajh liya, and then they will go back. Hare Krishna. Please keep yourself muted. Then they will go back to their material life. They will chant some rounds, and then they will slowly reduce their number of rounds, slowly reduce, and then they'll stop. Okay, now I have learned everything, and then they'll go back. So they know Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the weapon, but how they're getting affected? Because they're not taking shelter of Vaishnavas. They're not taking shelter of Guru. This principle is very important. As Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, Sango Pangastra. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in this purport, this word which is called Sango Pangastra. This word Srila Prabhupada is taking from the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which glorifies Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name is, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam in the 11th canto, where it is said that Lord Chaitanya will come and his weapon will be his associates. Sangha Astra. The Astra of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the associates. And the medicine that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving is the holy name. So we need to understand that though we understand that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is important, but we will not be able to chant Hare Krishna without association of devotees, without taking shelter of. And the only thing that will happen is, as soon as you leave association, slowly your commitment to chanting Hare Krishna will reduce. First the quality will reduce, and then slowly the quantity will reduce, and then it will become zero, and then you will again a normal person roaming in this material world, getting kicked by the material energy. Exactly this is what I have seen in so many cases. First the quality will reduce. ठीक है, अभी इम्प्रैक्टिकल है, इतना अच्छे से चैंटिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं. प्रभु जी इज तो सन्यासी. प्रभु जी हैज ऑल द टाइम थ्रू आउट द डे. You come to our ashram and see, even in ashram also, the brahmacharis who have throughout the day, all the time, even they are also struggling with chanting Hare Krishna qualitatively. How? Tell me. That means the complaint that if I have too much time, I will chant Hare Krishna with quality is useless. Even if you get 24 hours, if you do not have a mindset, an attitude, an understanding that yes, I need to chant, this is my lifeline, this is what Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna who has come as Lord Chaitanya is telling, this is Yuga Dharma. If I do not have that determination and mindset, even if I get 24 hours, I will not be able to chant Hare Krishna with quality. And even if I have so busy, I am doing this, I am doing that, if I understand that the real goal of life is to develop love for Krishna, and Hare Krishna mantra is specifically given to me by Guru, by the Vaishnavas, by the Guru Parampara, to take us back, take me back, then I will chant Hare Krishna with quality. But to help me understand this, I need Vaishnavas, I need Guru. Otherwise, first, the quality will reduce. Okay. My life is so busy. How do I chant Hare Krishna? Where you are busy? We have been busy throughout millions and millions of lifetimes. We have been busy. What we have achieved by being busy in this material world? Nothing. And to the extent that in Kali Yuga, to get delivered and go back to God, it is so simple. It had never been simple as that we are in Kali Yuga. So this busyness is simply an illusion of the material energy. I'm so busy that I cannot chant Hare Krishna nicely. I cannot take the commitment of chanting Hare Krishna 16 rounds in a day. Actually, if we chant Hare Krishna nicely, material energy will actually release its noose in our life. And then we will see that our life becomes so comfortable. Why? Because we want to surrender to Krishna. The purpose of the material energy is to beat those living entities mercilessly. Those who do not want to surrender to Krishna and to live a life in illusion. But if we surrender to Krishna, we understand all these principles. Dhruva Maharaj is not that Dhruva Maharaj was not understanding that Narayan Astra is important. He was knowing. He had the Narayan Astra. As it is said, you see, read in the purport. Dhruva Maharaj was given a specific arrow made by Lord Narayan himself. And he now fixed it upon his bow to finish the illusory atmosphere created by Yakshas. What is the meaning of he now fixed it? Yes, anyone can say. What is the meaning of he now fixed it?
After getting encouraged by the sages.
So he now fixed it. So we may have the Hare Krishna, we may have the Japa bead bag, but that Japa bead bag may be hanging. Just remove it. So the Japa bead bag may be hanging, and we may be seeing, oh, this Japa bead bag is there, and we may not get strength to chant Hare Krishna if we do not take association of devotees seriously. Or even if we pick up the Japa bead bag with lot of thing, oh, what Prabhuji will think, I have to chant Hare Krishna. We'll somehow continue chanting the Hare Krishna, somehow complete it. And only Krishna knows how we are completing our rounds and whether we are completing the rounds. Everyone says, I am chanting Prabhuji. So we need to understand this fact that shelter of Vaishnavas, surrendering to Vaishnavas can help us take the commitment seriously. Otherwise, the material energy can at any time overpower us. So, as Dhruva Maharaj picked up the bow and arrow, the entire illusion got vanished. Exactly in the same way, the mind creates so many clouding illusions. I do not have time to chant Hare Krishna. Oh God, so many other things are there. I need to attain those things. This and that and this. How many of you agree to what I am telling? As soon as we pick up the bead bag, immediately the mind will say, oh, I have so many things, I have so many things, I have so many things. I have to take care of my husband, I have to take care of my wife, I have to take care of my parents, I have to take care of my children, oh, I have to take care of the job, how do I chant now? So many things. And you keep the bead bag, immediately all the things go away and you are wasting 2 hours while surfing the internet. That time mind will not tell anything. You had no time. During chanting, all the responsibilities will come. As soon as you keep the bead bag and you're nicely browsing the internet, seeing something, wasting your time, and mind will say, oh, very nice, very nice, very nice, do the things. That time no thought of your parents will come. That time no thought of job will come. That time no thought of your giving time. I have to give time to my family, Prabhuji. How can I chant Hare Krishna? That time all those thoughts will not come. All will get vanished. And again you pick up the bead bag. Again, let me just chant 1 round. 2 rounds, that's it. I cannot chant more rounds. No time is there. So we need to understand, this is how mind cheats us. This is how Maya tricks us. By making these illusory proposals, just like Yakshas were making illusory proposals to Dhruva, sending different illusion. So material energy, as soon as it will not let you pick up only the Narayana Astra. You will not get strength only to pick up your bead bag and chant Hare Krishna. And after you pick up, it will say it's no time, Prabhuji. No time to hear your class. No time to chant Hare Krishna. So busy. So busy. So we need to understand, this is simply cheating of the mind. If we are not chanting Hare Krishna sincerely or taking the commitments of Hare Krishna sincerely, we are simply being cheated by material energy, by the mind. This is as simple as that. Just like Dhruva Maharaj was cheated by the Yakshas to not pick up the Narayana Yastra, similarly material energy, how material energy acts in the life of devotee is, material energy will keep you aloof from your bead bag. Material energy will give you all different suggestions that everything else other than Hare Krishna is important. All services are important. All my job is important. My promotion is important. Taking care of family is important. Hare Krishna. This is how material energy creeps in our life, as it is coming in the life of Dhruva Maharaj. And the only solution that we don't get affected by material energy is taking shelter of the advices, the words of the spiritual master and Vaishnavas. And that is how, if we want to do kirtanam or chanting, we have to first do sravanam very attentively. And that's how I say regularly, open up your video, sit down, make notes. Because if you do not hear, you will not be able to continue to chant Hare Krishna throughout your life. Don't think it is easy. If Dhruva Maharaj is facing such condition, who are you, who are me, and who are all of us? Don't think it is easy. By great mercy of devotees, by the Guru Parampara, by Krishna, we have somehow come to association of devotees and come to the level of attending Bhagavatam class, completed Bhagavad Gita, the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Now it's like, just do little bit now and you are completely free from the material world. Just imagine. Hari Bol. Just little bit more. But then material energy will come and say in your ears, Prabhu, there is something more important than this Bhagavatam class and chanting of Hare Krishna and this useless talks by Sri Nitai. Yes, it's important. You are my friend, Maya Devi. You are my only dear friend. Thank you very much for revealing to me what is so important other than chanting Hare Krishna. And then we get affected. We get thoroughly affected. Well, first 16 rounds we were chanting, and then slowly, oh, I don't think I have time for 16 rounds. I should chant 10 rounds. I don't think I have time for 10 rounds. I should chant 8 rounds. I don't think 8 rounds is practical. So much of busy. 4 rounds. And I don't think 4 rounds is practical. 1 round. I don't think Hare Krishna is practical at all in this Kali Yuga. Maybe I'll postpone going back to Godhead after 3-4 lifetimes. So in this way, if we do not hear regularly, we do not, just like Dhruva Maharaj got strength to overcome the power of illusion? Because he heard attentively, submissively the words of the sages. He was humble enough. He didn't say, "Arey, मैं तो भगवान से मिला, तुम क्या मेरे को advice दोगे?" Did Dhruva Maharaj said like this? Dhruva Maharaj said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will follow your advice. Where is the Narayan Yastra?" So similarly, when devotees say to us, "Prabhu, you are in Maya, you chant Hare Krishna. First complete your rounds, then do anything else." We should not think, "Arey Prabhuji, what nonsense, you are speaking impractical." Immediately, we should act like Dhruva and pick up the bid bag and chant the holy name. And then you will see that all the illusion will go away. So Dhruva is great because he is humble. Dhruva is not great because he is great. Dhruva is great because he is humble. Even after coming to the position of Dhruva, even after coming to the position of seeing Narayan face to face, he has the humility to take the advice of the sages sincerely, attentively, submissively, and follow them. And similarly, if we also want to get rid of illusion, if we also take the words of Acharyas, Guru, Vaishnavas sincerely in our life, they're there. The spiritual community is always there. But if we take it seriously, understand ki, no, yes, he's telling for my good, then we'll be delivered. Dhruva Maharaj didn't complain. Dhruva Maharaj didn't say it's impractical. Dhruva Maharaj didn't say, "Oh, you don't know who am I." Dhruva Maharaj didn't say that I will take the Narayana Astra when I'll become old. Immediately he picked up the Narayana Astra. So similarly, we may get affected by illusion. But if we behave like Dhruva, take shelter of Vaishnavas, and immediately, as soon as the Vaishnavas, Guru advises us, "Prabhu, I think you should do like this," if we follow it like Dhruva, then we have no fear from material energy. Because Vaishnavas are always merciful. But our mindset to Vaishnavas will depend how fast we'll get delivered from this material world. They're always there for help. But problem is we do not have the mindset like Dhruva Maharaj. So to conclude, we discuss about the first thing, that the material energy is so powerful that even a person of the caliber of Dhruva Maharaj can also get affected. Second, we saw how a spiritual community and the Vaishnavas, though material energy is powerful, but Vaishnava Sangha, the Guru's words and advices of the Vaishnavas and Guru and the superiors are more powerful than the material energy. And on top of it, material energy is powerful and the Guru and the Vaishnavas are powerful, their Sangha is powerful, but material energy is merciless, but Guru's association and Vaishnava's association are merciful. And the third principle is, though Vaishnavas are available for all of us, our mindset, our attitude of submissiveness will only deliver us. But if we complain that it's all impractical, you don't know, if we complain like this, then we will not be delivered. And the fourth principle is, Vaishnavas are not going to tell anything else. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra is already there with us. But just because we have the bid bag, we have the holy name, we have received the initiation, or we are chanting 16 rounds, does not ensure that we will continue chanting 16 rounds, continue chanting whatever rounds we are chanting. If we really want to continue chanting Hare Krishna, we really need to take the association of Guru and Vaishnavas very seriously. Otherwise, we will not be able to continue. Just like Dhruva had the Narayana Astra, but could not use it because there was no association. But when he took the association of Vaishnava seriously, he got the strength to use it. And that's how Sravanam is very important. And the last principle which I want to discuss in Sravanam is that's how the Grihasthas, because they have to deal with the material world so much, going to office, going to meet this and that, so many materialistic association. And that is how Grihasthas, they're supposed to invite sadhus, hear from sadhus regularly. And we see in the 11th canto that when Narad Muni is coming to Dwaraka, Basudev is receiving Narad Muni. And Basudev is telling that thank you for coming to our palace, to our house. Give us some instructions of how we can practice Krishna consciousness very sincerely. So we need to understand that the Grihasthas should invite the sadhus to their home to hear from them, to share their heart, that how they're struggling with their commitments to Krishna and how to get some advice of how to practice Krishna consciousness seriously. So association of the sadhus are very, very important. Association of Vaishnavas are very important. Not just, okay, the renounced order, but also other Vaishnavas. Inviting other Vaishnavas to your house. Not just inviting other Vaishnavas in the birthdays, but also just inviting other devotees to house so that we can do Sankirtan together. So that principle of inviting Vaishnavas, inviting Guru will actually uplift us from the material realm and give us strength to chant our daily rounds of Hare Krishna. But without Vaishnava Sangha, it's impossible. It's impossible. Impossible. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
Yes, Dandavad.
That's one thing. Say, as a Vaishnava, we have to obey the 4 regulative principles and the 16 noun chant or something. So why 16 noun? If I am associated with the devotees of spiritual community and I do follow the 4 regulative principles, and if I do sincerely chanting at least 1 round, not 16 rounds, is it not sufficient to get rid of this material energy instead of quality, instead of quantity? If I do quality chanting.
Yeah. So quality is important, but the quantity is also important because the quantity is set by the acharyas. We may chant 1 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we say I am chanting with quality and all, but ultimately we need to understand that we are chanting Hare Krishna to please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has set the standard of chanting 64 rounds, which we are failing like anything. And then Srila Prabhupada, when he started telling that initiation has to be there and you have to chant 64 rounds, all the disciples started scratching their heads, and 64 is not possible. So at least Srila Prabhupada said, okay, theek hai, you chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we may chant 1 round, half round. Nowadays people have also 11 mantras they are chanting every day, Hare Krishna. So they have got their own commitments and everything. We may do whatever we want to do. Krishna will say, you do whatever. Just like if I have to enter IIT, I have to follow the IIT norms. Na? I cannot follow my norms and say, okay, मैं अपना norm करूँगा और चलूँगा अपने से. So, ठीक है, you stay there only. You will not be able to join IIT. So if I have to join Sri Vrindavan Dham, the first thing is that a person who is chanting qualitatively Hare Krishna 1 round, he will not be able to stop in 1 round. He will be dragged to chant 64 rounds. So the very fact that if someone is telling that I am chanting 1 round with quality, that means he is not chanting that 1 round with quality. Because if he is chanting that 1 round with quality, Rupa Goswami says, Tunde Tandave Niratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhaye. Avali Labdhaye. He will avali. Avali matlab, he will chant and chant and chant and chant. He will not stop only. So that means we are not chanting even 1 round with quality. Because the effect of one round chanting quality means that we will not be able to stop. We will forget everything and we'll just continue. And then someone will come and shake us, Ajay, Chena, get up, when you will go to your office. And then, oh, I have to go to my office. That means chanting with quality. So that means we are not chanting, and that is why, because the quality is not there, the Guru gives us, just like if we write with quality, then we do not have to take advice of the teacher to write handwriting passages. Yes, teacher says 7 pages handwriting. That means our handwriting is not with quality. So similarly, the Guru has said, okay, take a commitment, do that commitment first. And with that commitment, the quality will come. So it's not necessary that just by taking a commitment, quality will come. But first the quantity, because quantity will please. And I will tell you one thing, Krishna is a merciful God. Krishna is not seeing that, oh, tumhara mind chala gaya tha. Krishna will see what? Oh, you followed my advice of taking a commitment with so much of things. Just like, for example, I'll give an example. If our son is going through some problem. Now, as a father, I have some commitment towards my son. Will I say, oh, because I cannot completely with quality get rid of my son's problem, that's why I will not endeavor to take charge of my son's problem? We don't say like this, correct? We say, I will take commitment. Jo hoga, jaise hoga. But that commitment is sign of love. So exactly in the same way, the first sign of love for Krishna is the commitment of chanting 16 rounds as instructed by the Guru. So, and that commitment will develop love, and slowly, why 16 rounds? We are supposed to chant all throughout the day Hare Krishna. But if we cannot chant 16 rounds 2 hours, then how do we expect that we will develop love for Krishna? So the first sign of developing love for Krishna is taking a commitment. I will take this as a commitment. Just like a father takes a commitment of son, the husband takes a commitment of wife takes a commitment of husband, and love develops. So our love with Krishna is not love marriage, it's an arranged marriage by Guru. And because an arranged marriage, so that's why commitment is very, very important. Yeah? You able to understand? So that's why commitment is important. Otherwise, we may tell 1 round, 2 rounds, whatever rounds I will chant. Okay, we can take guidance how to chant 16 rounds within our busy schedules, because there are so many people much more busier than us. They are able to chant 16 rounds. So we can also chant. That is a different discussion. But this is a commitment, and that commitment will help us develop love for Krishna. Yes. All the best. Hare Krishna. Yes. Oh, so many people. Yes. Nidhi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji just told a bit some time back that Grihasthas are having so many problems in life, and that's.
Oh, I didn't say Grihasthas are having problems in life.
No, you said that they are so busy, occupied with so many things.
Yeah.
That they find it difficult, but only if they do Sangha of a devotee, it may be easier for them. Then he said that time problem is also there with people in the ashram. They are also finding it difficult to chant 16 rounds completely. Now, my question is, Prabhuji, that they are having time also, they are having Sangha of devotee also, then what holds them back?
This mind holds them back. So if we do not take care of our mind, whether we are in ashram, whether we are in renounced order, whether we are a grihastha, whether we are a man or a woman, whoever we are, we'll get affected.
So, Prabhuji, how to take care of this mind?
By taking the advices of the devotees, by surrendering. Those devotees who were in ashram and who didn't took the advice given by the superiors who are in the ashram seriously, they're not there in ashram. They got affected by the mind. So similarly, if we take the advices, we'll be repeatedly told, Ki Prabhu, you are in Maya. And they repeatedly don't pay the attention. Then they go away. Simple.
Okay.
You will be informed. Krishna will send devotees to your life to tell you, Mataji, you are in Maya. Yes, Prabhuji, you are in Maya. Chant your Hare Krishna nicely. Why you are reducing your commitments to Hare Krishna? So you will be told. If you listen to the advice seriously, take commitments, then you will be saved. Otherwise, Hare Krishna. Tata, bye-bye. As simple as this. You're able to understand? It's not about Grihastha ashram or Brahmachari ashram or the place. It's not about that. Wherever you are, your mind will be there. Okay.
Yes.
Jodi jabo bonge, kapal jave songe. In Bengali it is said, ki wherever you go, your mind will follow you. So, it's not about the change of the dress and change of the place and everything. Your mind will be there and your mind will trouble you. And the only way to come out of the mind is Tadavad adabhra biryam. Rahugan Maharaj says, Jad Bharat says to Rahugan Maharaj, Hari Guru Charana Upasanastra. Only by Guru Charana Upasana, Hari Guru Charana Upasana, Astra, weapon, one can take care of the mind. If my Guru has said, there is no discussion on this. I will do it. I will try as much as possible and endeavor, and I have to do it. If that commitment, sadhana is there, then no, mind will have no problem. Yes, is it clear? Yeah, yes. Udharan Krishna Prabhu, yes. So we, yes.
So Prabhuji, you were talking about spiritual community. So I saw a real example during my initiation. That my personal family was not available, but my spiritual family was there. So really grateful to the Dasosri family for giving such association.
Yes, so we really pray to Krishna, Srimati Radharani, that they bless Udharan Krishna Prabhu with their blessings, that he continues chanting. This is initiation, beginning of the commitment of chanting Hare Krishna. So we pray to Srimati Radharani, Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, all the Vaishnavas, that we are united together and we all get delivered by association of Udharan Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, you have a question?
Yes, sir. One question is, you were talking about material energy, which is very strong. So, Prabhuji, we are always under the three modes. So we are always under the influence of material energy. So when does actually material energy stops acting? And you said that in the association of devotees it doesn't stop acting, but its whole purpose is to keep us in this material world. So why material energy stops acting? Why in association of devotees with Acharya it stops acting? So I'm not able to understand, because material energy has the power to drag us down every time, at any point of time. But why it is stopped acting at some time and again it is acting again?
Okay, so the material energy has many aspects. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. So the aspect of the material energy is, one is functioning of the material world. So the second aspect of the material energy is to cover the living entity about spiritual realm. The third aspect of the material energy is to punish the living entity who are not following the functionings of the material world. So these are basic three aspects. There are other aspects also. So for a devotee, the material energy stops punishing the devotee, and the material energy hands up to Krishna. Krishna, you take care now, because he has become your devotee. I am not going to punish him. If you say, then I may punish based on whatever your directions, but material energy stops punishing the devotees. See, the material energy doesn't act the same way for materialistic people how it acts. So that's why when devotees commit some mistakes, the material energy doesn't take charge until unless Krishna directs the material energy. So that aspect, the material energy doesn't take care. The second aspect is the material energy will not cover a devotee until unless a devotee commits offenses or the devotee becomes careless. And even if the material energy covers the devotee, only to teach the devotee a lesson. But sometimes a devotee doesn't learn lesson, and then after not learning lesson, then Krishna says the material energy, isko thoda pitai karo. And then material energy pitai karta hai, right? But if someone who is sincere enough to practice Krishna consciousness, the material energy will just ensure that the functioning of the material world becomes very smooth for the devotee, so that the devotee can easily practice Krishna consciousness and go back to God. So the material energy has these three aspects: functioning, covering, and beating, punishing. So these three aspects, for devotees who are sincere, the functioning aspect will still continue. The devotees will eat, they'll have to go for passing water, they have to go for passing stool, those things will continue. It's not that, oh, now I have stopped, material energy has stopped acting on me, I will not go for passing water. No, it's not like the functioning will. But just for doing basic things of eating, sleeping, mating, defending, other people will be so much in anxiety, and the devotees are not in anxiety. What anxiety I have, tell me, for eating, sleeping, mating, defending? Mating though is not there, at least eating and sleeping. What anxiety I have? Nothing. No anxiety. I'm blissfully enjoying. Why am I enjoying? So give him now he is doing a lot of services. So in this way, the material energy, the basic activities for a materialist becomes so challenging, and for a devotee it becomes very simple. And that's how we'll see, if you don't want to practice devotional service, a devotee who doesn't want to practice devotional service, his material life will become very stringent. Recently, there is one in Hyderabad congregation, there is one devotee couple. So this devotee couple, they are the best, like they are the best couple, the leaders, the congregation leaders in that Hyderabad congregation, and they are preaching and doing a lot of services and everything. So Radheshyam Prabhu was giving a class. So there is once in a month class by Radheshyam Prabhu, so which I attend. So in that he was giving the report of, because now he is going to Hyderabad also. So he was giving a report, and he was showing this couple's example. He was telling ki how, so he was he was having a software job. So he was trying to preach also, and with software job, preaching is very difficult, doing preaching, software job, your commitments, your family life, sab kuch karna. And then he was preaching. What happened? Ki while he was giving some classes and all, one person became serious under him. He was teaching. One of his students became serious. And he said, ki Prabhuji, you join my company, and I will work for you. And now his student is only his junior in the company. He runs the company, and he gets the salary, and he goes and continues preaching. Now, why the material energy did like this to him? Why this arrangement? Because he is fully wanting to serve Krishna. So the functioning of the material energy for a devotee will completely get smoothened. A devotee will not have to take so much of anxiety for eating, kaise khaunga, kaise parivar chalaunga. But if you do not chant Hare Krishna nicely, if you do not take the seriousness in Krishna consciousness, for beginning, you will see in the beginning, as we come to devotional service, we'll feel relief, correct? We'll feel relief. But as we start not slowly not becoming serious in Krishna consciousness, again material energy will catch us. And again our life will become complicated, our mind will become complicated, our schedules will become complicated, and slowly. Why the material energy is doing like this? Because we don't want to become serious. So material energy will give us all red carpet in this material world only when we surrender to Krishna. Otherwise, he has a big trisul. All the living entities from the back he is putting like that. So similarly, all of us also, if you become sincere, Durga Devi is standing like this, kya seva karu, what do, ye chahiye, wo chahiye, and the devotee says, nahi, mere ko kuch nahi chahiye, thoda sa chahiye, kuch seva karna hai, like that. So everything will get smoothened. So that aspect will continue. Hare Krishna, please mute. Lalit Bhattacharji, please mute. Is this clear, Udharan Krishna Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Just 1 minute, yes.
So Prabhu, which means that Maya Devi wants us to come out of this world, but she wants to give us a tough test. If I understood that.
Maya Devi is super enthusiastic to keep you in the world if you are envious of Krishna, and Maya Devi is super enthusiastic to take you out of this world if you are developing love for Krishna. So she is neutral. She is not interested to take you out or put you in based on your envy towards Krishna and Vaishnavas. He will. If you are envious to Vaishnavas, then Maya Devi will throw you out of the association of Vaishnavas. Maya Devi will create such situation that you will not be able to stay in the association of devotees. That I have seen also. People who are envious, critical, complaining. Why I again and again say, don't criticize Vaishnavas, don't find faults in Vaishnavas. When Maya Devi sees that, he will put you out. Similarly, Maya Devi sees that you are envious of Krishna, will put you out. So, and if Maya Devi sees that you are submissive to Vaishnavas, taking guidance from devotees and following them sincerely, reporting back, then Maya Devi will reduce her news. So she is neutral. You are able to understand. It's not that she has some specific affection for Sri Nitai Das or some specific aversion to Sri Nitai Das. Nothing. Is this clear? Yes, Lalit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Prabhuji, this is regarding chanting. For last 2-3 years, ever since I joined, I was having very much doubt whether it is at all possible to do 16 rounds. So the first chant I got during our Vrindavan Yatra, the Prabhu said, Vrindavan is a place where you can chant 16 rounds. So I was trying in the bus and I thought that yes, it is possible I was doing 14-15 rounds, 16 rounds also one day. So that was the first little break. Then I was having still skeptical whether it can be done properly. One day, few sessions ago, you had one session dedicated only to chanting. So that was the point where I could see, yes, how easily you are chanting. And after that I tried and I saw to my wonder that it is possible. And I did for since then I was trying and I was I was able to do 16 rounds and other material things, of course, as it is. So that was a breakthrough I got from your session on chanting.
Actually, it's all in the mind, you know. It's all in the mind. Chanting is completely a mind's game. It's all in the mind. And the material energy acts in our life through our mind. If we have little faith on the words of Guru, it is practical, it is possible, then the effect of the mind goes away. Otherwise, I'm not a 1-2 year I have been doing bhakti. Last 20 years I have been doing bhakti, and I have seen so many people coming, going, and all those things. From all the experience I am telling, it is practical, it's possible. It's not that it's impractical. If it is impractical, why I will cheat? I am not come here to cheat all of you. It is practical. 64 rounds is not practical. 16 rounds is practical. Even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, he had different commitments for different people. What Srila Prabhupada did was not, he didn't change anything. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had 64 rounds for sannyasis, 32 rounds for brahmacharis, 16 rounds for grihasthas, and like that. He had 3 levels of commitment. Now Srila Prabhupada, what he did was, he made a rock bottom 16 for everyone. He didn't change what is coming in the acharyas, in the parampara. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he had said 64 rounds, but for there are levels. But from that time it is continuing and is continuing. Many devotees, it's possible. But for chanting 16 rounds, we need to take association of devotees seriously. And we need to get up early, chant as many rounds as possible in the morning time. Because morning time you'll be able to chant very nicely, easily. And take, like, for example, you are staying with some other devotees. Go to their home and chant with them. That is another way that we can derive some strength. Yes? Okay, thank you. Yes, Poonam Mataji, last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Yes, you want to ask? Or
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. When is your flight?
Prabhuji. Waiting. Prabhuji, thing is that sometimes, like when you get up in the morning, sometimes my schedule is so cut to cut. So I think for chanting, if I get up in the morning, everything, then it's perfect the day. But if I'm little bit also late, even 15 minutes also late, then my chanting, some of the rounds, the last ones, they go for a toss. I managed to finish it. But so what should be done, like to reduce the commitments? Like we should be willing to give some of our commitments for better chanting and shelter of the holy name.
Yeah, so that is how we should have help. Draupadi had so many maid servants, and so this maid and some help, and we should spend some money. We should not be conjuice, miserly with getting help. Your servant who is coming and helping you will also get uplifted in Krishna consciousness, because he is serving you as a Vaishnava or Vaishnava family. He will also get uplifted. So anyway, can you take the money to the next life?
No problem.
So maid will take, let's say, 6,000 rupees or 7,000 rupees per month, and you will save if you 84,000 or maybe 1 lakh rupees per year if you will save, and let's say you stay for 20 years, 20, 30, 40 years, let's say 40 years, so you will save almost about 40 lakhs with some inflation. Let's say 50 lakhs you will save per year if you save 1 lakh, if you do not put the maid. So can you take that 50 lakhs with you at the time of death, because you saved because of not putting maid?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, you cannot take that 50 lakh. So spend that 50 lakh. But by spending that 50 lakh on the maid, whatever good things, whatever Sukruti, Bhakti Sukruti you will earn by chanting Hare Krishna nicely, that you can take back. Is it not an intelligent proposal?
Yes, yes. Perfect return on investment.
Yes. And this shows that you are wife of MBA graduate. So, in this way, we should be intelligent. We should not be miserly in spending some money to make our life comfortable, so that we can chant Hare Krishna. Materialistic people are also making their life comfortable. Why they are making their life comfortable? So that they can enjoy. They are every day going and watching 2 hours some movies, some sports and something. So how they are able to take out? How they are able to take out? By putting maids, by putting this. So we also do that and we chant Hare Krishna. So don't be miserly in spending for Krishna. You will never get cheated. Don't spend for watching Bollywood movie, you will get cheated. All your money people are earning so much and giving and spending in film halls, and the Bollywood stars are spending their vacation in Italy. Better than that, you spend money and give some to maid, and they are generally more of the lower category of people. They will also get some employment, and they come to your home. They will get some prasadam, they will get some chanting of Hare Krishna. You make them sit also, make them chant Hare Krishna one round, and in this way you spend some little money and you can achieve. Yes.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. And imagine there is no money, someone says. Then cut down your, okay, if you are purchasing 10 sarees in a year, purchase 8 sarees. From there you will get 2-3 sarees less Lakshmi. From that you put a maid. Point is, if we are understanding that the value of Hare Krishna is much more than anything else, then we'll adjust. I have seen my father's salary was less, and my 2 sisters would have dresses and everything. So how we used to manage? Myself, my father and my mother, we will have a little less expenditure throughout the year. We'll have less attire, less costume, so that my 2 sisters are fine, because generally girls, growing girls, they require a little bit of humko ye dress chahiye, wo dress chahiye. So in this way, why? Because we prioritize that, my sisters should get a good experience. Anyway, after some time, they will go to the next house. So we three of us decided both of them should get good experience. And then we cut down our expenses. Similarly, if we have a mindset that let me give the best experience to Krishna, then we will arrange all our expenses, all our timings. भगवान को अच्छा समय देना चाहिए, भगवान को प्रायोरिटी देना चाहिए. So if we have that, then we'll do that. Yes.
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. वांछा कल्पतरु वैश्य कृपा सिंधु व्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. वैष्णव ठाकुर की जय. हरे कृष्ण. हरे कृष्ण.